Okay, my name is Michael Josh, and I'll be talking about global warming. Global warming is a phenomenon in which the Earth's temperatures and oceanic temperatures increase due to the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is a process by which thermal radiation from a planetary surface, such as the sun, is absorbed by atmospheric greenhouse gases and is re-radiated in all directions. Global warming is a natural process and has been going on for billions of years. But something has been catalyzing this natural process. Lately, global warming has had a significant negative effect on the environment. But who is to blame for global warming? Is it purely natural or is it anthropogenic? Personally, I do not find global warming to be solely natural. And that is what I'm advocating today. My proposition is global warming is primarily contributed to the actions of mankind. My secondary claims state the continued use of greenhouse gases has increased the overall climate of Earth, and my secondary claim states the expansion of human population increases the speed at which global warming occurs. As for the evidence of my first subclaim, which was the continued use of greenhouse gases, my first piece of evidence is continual use of gasoline-powered internal combustion engines has increased the carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere. According to the Carnegie Mellon University, the single human activity that is most likely to have a large impact on the climate is the burning of fossil fuels, such as coal, oil, and gas. As the increasing population grows larger and larger, the need for uneconomical modes of transportation increases proportionally. To accommodate the mass population, inexpensive gasoline-powered vehicles are used. This increase of gasoline-powered vehicles resulted in an increase of carbon dioxide output levels by humanity, ultimately speeding up the global warming process. Discovery Channel has done recent research that shows in 1998, the U.S.'s carbon dioxide levels were above 1.5 thousand metric tons, which is comparatively smaller than most other countries that have well over 2,000 metric tons of carbon dioxide levels. In Bill McKibben's New York Times best-selling novel, Earth, Making a New Life on a Tough New Planet, he says, so far, humans, by burning fossil fuel, have raised the temperature of the planet nearly 1 degree Celsius, more than 1.5 degrees in Fahrenheit. A NASA study in 2008 found that warming on that scale was enough to trigger 45% increase in thunderheads above the ocean. My second piece of evidence is humans produce nearly half of the methane released in the Earth's atmosphere. Methane, a relatively potent greenhouse gas, is produced from various sources such as manure, sewage plants, burning biomasses, and the process of refining fossil fuels. Discovery Channel shows that manure from cattle and other ruminants account for 35% of the methane produced. 33% of the methane produced is also accounted for the extraction of and refining of fossil fuels. 12% of the methane produced is done by burning of wood and other biomasses. My third piece of evidence is industrial processes and some fertilizers release nitrous oxide, which is the third most common greenhouse gas. Industrial production of nylon and internal combustion engines account for a small portion of nitrous oxide released into the atmosphere. The livestock sector, primarily cows, chickens, and pigs, account for most of the human-related nitrous oxide that is released. The Environmental Protection Agency states that heavy utilization of synthetic nitrogen fertilizers in crop production typically results in significantly more N2O, or nitrous oxide, emissions from agricultural soils that are occurring from less intensive and low tillage techniques. As for the evidence of my second subclaim, which was the expansion of human population increases the speed at which global warming occurs, my first piece of evidence is deforestation of the area causes photosynthesis by terrestrial plants to fall dramatically. According to National Geographic article of deforestation, trees also play a critical role in absorbing the greenhouse gases that fuel global warming. Fewer forests mean larger amounts of greenhouse gases entering the atmosphere, and increased speed and severity of global warming. Plants play a major role in absorption of carbon dioxide. With the help of water, plants can convert those molecules into much-needed oxygen that we humans depend on. Without the plethora of plants, the amount of carbon dioxide will substantially rise, and global warming process will speed up exponentially. My second piece of evidence, landfills contribute to the 40 megatons of methane per year. With the overbearing amount of waste of humankind and the lack of space that can properly dispose of it, landfills act as a sink of that waste. Unfortunately, methane escapes from the ground and is released into the atmosphere. Discovery Channel states that about 40 megatons per year, or 12% of human-made methane is released from landfills. And that ends the argument of global warming. So again, my overall argument was based on the first subclaim, which was stated that the continued use of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide in gasoline-powered vehicles, methane from cattle and fossil fuels, nitrous oxide from fertilizers, they all contribute to the increase of the overall climate of Earth. And my second subclaim, which states that human population's overexpansion will increase the global warming due to the deforestation and the disposal of waste. In the end, humanity's actions have severely affected the global warming process.
All right, well, you ID the topic. Your claim is stated. It's easy to see. There's a layout of what the main points are. They're okay. However, the signposts, when you get to them, they're not as clear as they could be. And in fact, on the second supporting point, I thought your explanation of the signpost was clearer than what the claim was, and it seemed like you had to kind of define what was going on here. You've got a lot of good information about the sources of the different types of greenhouse gases. What you don't have is as strong an argument that suggests that these greenhouse gases are in fact substantially responsible for the AGW, as they say. And I think that that's what you need to have a little bit more of an argument on, because it sounds like it's an informative speech on the source of the greenhouse gases more than anything else. You go through this whole inventory about the methane from animals in the first part, and then the methane from human activities in the second part, and it just seems like it's interesting information, but what inference are we going to be drawing from this? The only thing that I know for sure is that you are inventorying what those gases are and where they come from. The bigger argument, or the thing where there's controversy, is how significant are these things in creating the global warming effect that you're talking about. You're doing a little bit more reading than you want to. I think the one thing that you definitely have going for you on the information is you're very consistent about citing the sources, and some of the sources you go into good detail on, and I like that also. There's a pretty solid summary, so it reminds us what it was that we were supposed to be getting out of the speech. All right, thank you.